where you will wrap them and then, yes, good girl, and then pick them up with a front cross. So you might as well get used to rewarding there. This is a good one to reward from your hand because you're asking the dog to come back into you. So we're just going to, you start fairly close, around, yes, good girl, good job. And I alternate around, yes, good. So you can step in, around, 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 yes, good girl, good girl, good girl. And then you take a step back. Now Jelly kind of knows around, so I'm going to, yeah, she says, oh look, I could do it with no motion, around, yeah, good girl. And that's what we want to do is kind of, yes, get them, how to isolate a verbal is to do it with no motion. So if you can be here and have the dog and you say, with no motion, say around, yes, good girl. Then she understands the verbal cue. Yeah, or she offers behaviors. What are the other? She says, what do I need to do? So you keep taking a step back, around, yes, good girl, around, yes, good girl, around, and I'm going to look there, around, yes, good girl. You're always going to find a place that the dog's not comfortable distance-wise. So you can see this is kind of one for Jelly. Around. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Around. Yes, good job. Good job. Around. Yes, good girl. Notice that I'm marking it with a yes when she takes it. Around. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Around. Yes. Good job. Around. Around. I'm not looking at her. I'm looking at the jump. Yes, good girl. I'm marking it with a yes when she goes over it. So this is about where her comfort zone is. She's starting to go, oh, I don't understand what you're asking me. When I'm about 10 feet. I'm going to go a little bit further back and just add a step. Around. Yes. Good girl. Around. Yes. Around. She doesn't send ahead of me. Around. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Around. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Around. Yes. Good. So notice that I'm keeping my hand signal out and I'm looking at the jump and not at her. As long as I'm looking at her, she's going to look at me. You can see that she's giving me eye contact. So one step, keep your hand, look at the jump until they let go. And as soon as they take the jump, you mark it with a yes. Around. Yes. Good girl. Around. Around. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Gonna do one more. I'm going back pretty far. I'm probably about 16 feet. Around. Oops. Around. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Around. 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 Yes. Good girl. She got a little locked in on the cookie in my hand, but I just didn't. I went ahead and kind of reset her and then asked for it again. So this is step one, and this is the easiest thing to teach on a living room area rug. And you start with the jumps nice and low. And you're asking for the dog to just, and you can add the distance back. And you're doing, if you can get it with absolutely no motion, then you get it on a verbal. It will take some time. Jelly's mom's been taking the time to actually get the understanding for this dog pretty far, 10 to 12 feet, where she understands where that is. This helps your vertical distance when you are driving down a line of obstacles and you need that dog to drive ahead and take that. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. So step 2, I'll do down at the field and kind of show you what it is that we're looking for. But it's basically adding speed first, and then adding lateral distance where the dog is not vertically going ahead, that you're laterally from the dog, and the dog still understands that they go forward, wrap to you.